about Hakeem Olajuwon was in the house last
Yep.
night. Was Hakeem Olajuwon in that locker room? Because the last time Houston was in the title game, that's Hakeem and Patrick Ewing in the King Dome in Seattle, Washington, before Tyler was born. Ari was on the planet, I believe. I was on the
That was,
planet.
yep.
Houston in the title game for the first time in 41 years. You can confirm Hakeem Olajuwon was not in that locker room, or was he lurking somewhere around
I
there?
mean, he may have been in the locker room at one point, but not when I was in there. After the game, I did see him on the court by various video folks that were able to get nearby on the video after they won the game and embracing, the team, the players, coaches, etc. So yeah, but he's close by. Olajuwon obviously. It's funny with this program, Houston, especially Phi Slamma Jamma. I would think it's probably the best college basketball team to never actually win a national title. And here we've got this Houston team, which obviously last year I think the expectations were to win it. This year, I think that the team themselves probably wanted to bounce back, but they actually have a legitimate chance of actually winning a national title finally for University of Houston, which would be great redemption 41 years later. But those Phi Slamma Jamma teams, I mean, it's kind of a shame that they faced up against obviously that NC State loss in 1983, then turn around in '84 back in the championship game against Patrick Ewing and Georgetown, who would have won back to back if they hadn't lost 40 years ago to Villanova in the perfect second half. So you're
Right.
talking about crazy competition. This year with Houston, though, I mean the competition level. This is one of the more, especially at the high level, the high seeds. This is one of the more competitive tournaments that we've seen with the high seeds that many teams could have gone here, and many teams are playing championship level basketball. The fact that Houston and Florida are here at for Monday night tells me a lot about the resilience of both of those teams this year because they weren't facing cupcakes. It wasn't anyone, and I think a lot of us and most of the people in the media and fans included felt that any of the four teams that came in here, to San Antonio had a shot to win the title, and all of them were worthy and championship level teams. We don't normally have that. But going back to '84, it was kind of like that, in that '80s level. So it was a shame that Houston wasn't able to win a title. They got upset huge, one of the biggest upsets ever. They've got a heck of a chance on Monday night to kind of redeem themselves 41 years later. We
Do
shall
you
see.
have anything for Ari Russell? You and he were out late night last night covering everything off the air.
Yes.
You don't have to devolve into that, but do you have anything for him on Sunday about the games last night or tomorrow night, real quick?
Ari, one thing we haven't touched on really much is with what happened with Duke. And one of the things you and I were talking about in our late night discussions was that we've seen that they've had these one and done players that were so good but come up short. And I look at Cooper Flagg last night, Ari. He played fantastic, but this team didn't make the shots when it mattered. Are you surprised that we're sitting here talking about Cooper Flagg not getting a chance to compete for a national title? It wasn't just that they're not going to win the whole thing, but they're not even in the thing. Are you surprised the way that unfolded, that this is the end for Cooper Flagg like this?
I mean, not fully, just because of who they were playing last night. And I always thought that Houston had more than a puncher's chance to win that game. I mean, this is a legit championship level team that we're talking about. It wasn't a major upset, even though we look at it that way, and the way in the season that Cooper Flagg had, and the way that Duke was rolling. But again, we didn't see them play tight games and how they would respond. They didn't have that experience at this level with this pressure point. So I'm not particularly that shocked. I'm more shocked about the level of the collapse that they had. But again, Malawach, he was a real problem for Duke's own demise last night. He had no rebounds. He's 7'2". They were able to neutralize him off the glass and really make him a non-factor and almost a detriment to Duke last night. And there's a freshman for you. I thought Knipple had a fantastic game last night as well. But everybody else, Proctor, did not play well. Gillis is another guy. He got a technical. People forget about that. Kind of switched the momentum around a little bit at the 8-minute mark when they were up around by 14. It started cutting the lead down. There's another veteran guy that's having problems. So, yeah, if we look at the one and done, there's a very few that have had that ability to actually cut down the nets. and you need to rely on the rest of your team. And last night, Duke, there was a collapse, and it wasn't really Cooper Flagg's or even Knippel's collapse. It was the other players on the court that were problematic for Duke to be able to close that one out.